Hello everyone, a very good evening and welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Powerhouse Ideas. I'm again back with a new video on a stock which is giving an ascending triangle breakout. Basically, on all the YouTube channels, what you will find is that they will give you just the breakout levels, just a candle breaking out, and they will tell you this is the stop loss, this is the target, but they won't tell you that why it works like this. And the most important thing when you are into stock market, you should know that why the patterns actually work. So in this video, I'll be explaining you about why an ascending triangle pattern works, why this is a bullish pattern, and how to trade this pattern. My videos are basically focused on the beginners because beginners के लिए market में कोई कुछ नहीं करता है. They all teach you complicated stuff which is actually not required for the market. In the market, if you want to earn money, you should first of all focus on knowledge and something which is very simple. If you complicate things into the stock market, you will be complicating the way you earn profit. I think this makes sense. So try to focus on simple things, do the things in a simple manner, and believe me, you will be able to get good profits. Most of the people complicate the things. The reason behind complicating is because they don't want that you should also learn from the market. They always want that you should follow them for their calls. But this is not my intention. This is not my motive. My motive is something different. I love teaching. And I am not taking any kind of money from you guys. What I want in return is that if you like the content, you should like this video because that is a motivation. You can say a fuel for me to keep my engine running. So I'm not charging anything. I'm just providing, I'm using my energy for you people. I'm using my time for your learning. And in return, I just expect some kind of interaction with you guys. You guys should share the video so that it reaches the maximum people, and that is the only intention. So in this talk, we will be keeping this video very short. We'll be discussing about what is an ascending triangle pattern, how it works, and which is the stock which is forming this kind of pattern, and what can be the targets, and everything in detail we will discuss. Now let's quickly move to the screen wherein we will be discussing the ascending triangle pattern. So why an ascending triangle works, what all points you need to consider when you are discussing or seeing an ascending triangle pattern on a screen. Some of the important pointers which you should note or which should you learn to understand that whether it's an ascending triangle pattern or not. This is a bullish pattern. We all know this, that this is a bullish pattern. But the question is, why it's a bullish pattern, and how do we know that it's a proper bullish pattern, proper ascending triangle pattern? So I'll be breaking down this chart into 3 to 4 parameters which you should understand. First important point is that the previous trend before the formation of this triangle kind of pattern, which we call an ascending triangle pattern, should be an uptrend, because this pattern is a bullish continuation pattern. So if you want to continue something, it should be going on in the past. So first important thing to learn, to understand over here is that the previous trend should be an uptrend. Point number 1. Second important point, which is already marked on this screen, on this diagram, is consolidation. Now how this consolidation works, we can also call this a volatility contraction pattern. If you don't know the name of this triangle pattern, it's just a volatility contraction. Why volatility contraction? Because earlier the range was this, then the range was this, then the range keep on getting smaller, and boom, the stock moves to the upside on a breakout. Okay, so consolidation is one part of this pattern. Now how and what is the psychology behind this pattern? We know that the previous trend was uptrend. I told you this is a point number 1. The bulls were taking the market, taking the stock to the upside, touched a particular point, came down, touched the previous low area, right? Again went above and touched the same point again, means now this area has formed a resistance. But this time what happened? The bears pushed the market down, but the bulls were not tried. They were able to take the stock above to the upside from a higher place. Means the bears tried to push, but bulls ने कहा हम और नीचे नहीं जाएंगे, हम पहले से जहां पे हम पहले नीचे तक गए थे उससे पहले मार्केट को ऊपर ले जाएंगे. मतलब बुल्स में स्ट्रेंथ है. बियर्स कोशिश करते हैं टू push down the bulls to the downside, but every time the bulls come in and push the market up to the upside. So this is the basic psychology, that the bears are trying to push down the market from a particular point, which is this point, and the bulls are getting into control and making the stock go up from a higher point. Means the bulls are more in control of the situation. Again, the bears tried, took the market down, took the stock down. Again, bulls captured. Again, the bears tried, against bull captured. Two things happened when this pattern was forming. One is the volatility contraction. Third is the formation of this triangle. Now you understand that why this triangle pattern is bullish. First of all, we need an uptrend. Then the bulls are able to push the market from a higher level. हर बार bulls are taking the stock to a particular level. Means bulls की strength में कोई कमी नहीं दिख रही है, लेकिन the strength of the bears is reducing because every time they are not able to push the stock below a particular upward moving trend line. So this is how a pattern works. Now if we get a breakout, there are two ways to enter the stock. There are two ways to enter the stock. One is on breakout. One is on breakout. These are those traders who are risk takers. They don't wait for the market to retest. They understand that the breakout is with volume and there are high chances that the stock will continue to the upside. Right? They don't wait for a fake breakout signal. There are chances that the stock breaks above and the very next candle again break down below this resistance and the stock continues moving downwards. So these kind of traders are called risk takers who enter into a stock immediately on a breakout candle closing with volume. Volume is very important. You should not forget volume. If the candle is without any kind of volume or the volume is significantly low as compared to the previous history, then we can say that the chances of this pattern succeeding are very low. Second kind of entry which can be taken over here is the stock moves up, gives a breakout, and after 2-3 candles come back and creates this area which was earlier working as a resistance as a support. So this gives them an added advantage or a confirmation that the area which was working as a resistance is now working as a support, and this breakout is not a fake breakout. So the point is, whether this breakout even after a retest cannot fail, it can certainly fail. But stock market is a game of probabilities, and you need to understand that the probability of winning this trade over here is higher than probability of winning a trade of entry immediately after a breakout. ठीक है, अभी तक हमने समझा कि how entry is to be taken. There are two kind of traders who take entry. Now what shall be the target? What shall be the target? The target as per technical analysis is the height of this triangle pattern. So whatever the height comes over here, you can keep a height, similar height over here as a target. This is as per technical analysis. You can keep a lower target also as per your risk appetite or as per your digestion power. That's entirely depends upon you. But as per technical analysis, this is the target. Second important point, then what should be the stop loss? अगर हमने एंट्री ले ली है तो स्टॉप लॉस क्या होगा? थिंक लॉजिकली, बिकॉज स्टॉक मार्केट also works on some kind of logics that how you will say that अब ये स्टॉक नीचे ही जाएगा. ठीक है, तो हमने देखा कि यहाँ पे हमने एंट्री ली एंड स्टॉक उसके बाद नीचे आना शुरू हो गया, तो ऐसा कौन सा पॉइंट होगा जहां से मैं निकल जाऊंगा? We know two things. One, the stock is respecting this trend line, means the bulls are taking controls. Bulls are sitting at this trend line. Another important thing, we know that every time a stock creates a higher low, means every low created is higher than the previous low. So if a scenario comes that the stock breaks down below the trend line, which was not broken from a very long time, it will be breaking two rules. One, the trend line is broken. Second, a lower low has been created, which was earlier created as a higher low. So this is the basic psychology of why a ascending triangle pattern works. Now let us see this on charts, and I'll show you one more pattern directly on charts. Let us move to the charts quickly and complete this video. Now you can see over here, it's a daily time frame. It's a daily time frame. Whether it's a symmetric, whether it's an ascending triangle pattern, point number one, whether the previous trend was up, yes. Point number two, whether there is consolidation, yes. Whether there is volatility contraction, yes. Whether the bulls are able to pull the market to the upside every time from a trend line, yes. Whether the bears are able to push the market from a particular resistance, yes. So it qualifies as a ascending triangle pattern. I don't know why I'm continuously saying symmetrical triangle pattern. It qualifies as an ascending triangle pattern. Right. Now there are two kind of traders. This is not a breakout. This is not a breakout. The stock went above and is coming down. If you are taking an entry on an opening of this candle, then you're not allowing the candle to close. And whosoever considered this as a breakout would have been into a loss situation today. Roughly around, you can say what are the points in which he will be in loss. It's roughly around 303 से लेके 290, 10 points loss there would have been. ठीक है, so there is a loss which you would have incurred अगर आपने इसको हाई पे खुलते ही एंटर किया होता. ठीक है, अब हमने बात की इसकी. One more pattern which is forming over here is this pattern, which is a channel pattern. What is a channel pattern? Channel is when a price is forming a particular movement which is confined between two trend lines. The lower trend line works as a support and the upper trend line works as a resistance. You can see exactly from the trend line area, which was earlier a resistance, this stock faced a breakout. Now we know that a symmetrical triangle is also forming, an ascending triangle is also forming, and a trend line channel is also forming. Now what can be the possible movement? The possible movement can be something like this. So we will be completing the ascending triangle pattern and also the channel pattern. So one entry can be over here. Okay, second entry can be over here on break of this resistance. Why break of this resistance? Because the sellers are sitting over here. Two times they have forced the stock to go down. So one entry can be over here. If the stock comes over here, moves at this trend line and creates a green candle and closes with volume. No doubt volume is coming. So these are the two entry parameters. Stop loss, I've already told you that how to put a stop loss. Targets, I've already told you the height of this triangle pattern from the very start will be the target. And this is a company named Hari Om Pipes. We are analyzing this for a swing trade. Whether the fundamentals of this company are good or not, you need to see the 13 pointers video which is available on this YouTube channel. But for your information, this is a company with good fundamentals, with good consolidation, and it can be a good breakout. Added knowledge which I want to share it with you. Understand this clearly, and I'm just taking 1-2 minutes more only. You can see that in the entire up run, the volume was significantly good, but entire this consolidation, the volume dropped. Again near the breakout, the volume is increasing. So this is also a positive point. So this is an entire learning of an ascending triangle pattern, not a symmetrical triangle pattern. And this is how you read the price action, powered by good fundamentals. So this stock is also having good fundamentals, a good chart pattern, which is till now onto the upside only. So the probability of this stock moving up is very high. Stop loss, I have already told you. And as an investment also, if you find the fundamentals good, you can keep this stock as an investment stock also. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till the time, take care. Bye bye. Jai Hind.